Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Warhammer Total War with me, a host Imperial Dane, Master of Grudges, Defender of Karak, and Bearded Fellow. Obviously, I thought about different factions, but I just fell out on the Dwarfs, and that was just before deciding to actually began playing the game. And I just think it fits. I mean, Empire is also an option. I'm currently actually playing a Dwarven campaign while I do have an Empire campaign running. I just feel like Dwarves initially are more fun. The Empire sort of initially just feels a bit awfully generic. Even the lines are a bit, yeah, where's the Dwarves, Dwarves. So I kind of figured go for them, plus I sort of, I think, open up for some more interesting options. Plus the Empire, you just can very quickly find yourself surrounded by enemies on all sides, and that can also, I know, give some headaches. I'm playing on very hard here, Legendary. It's a bit of a headache for me at the moment, so I won't go there. Though, of course, if there's a sudden huge demand, we can play Empire after this, but right now I think I'll start with the Dwarves, though I'll be playing here with the Ungrim Iron Fist, the Slayer King of Everpeak. I do not believe, though, I should take the Slayer. For those wondering, well, what is a Slayer? A Slayer is basically dwarves who's gone suicidal. Psychologically, they're incapable of committing suicide because they're so absolutely dead set stubborn. So they do the next best thing, which is basically deciding to go out and kill something and hope they die honorably in combat. There's a fun one there. There we go. We got the first battle here versus Gnashrak of the Bloody Spears. He's got big uns, which are basically really big orcs. Orcs basically work on the principle: the bigger you are, the more in command you are. Orc boys, Orc Ara boys, and Goblin archers. Whereas we've got the Ungrim Iron Fist, who's really nasty. We've got the Slayers. We've got the Longbeards, which are basically veterans. Again, they got long beards, thus they are venerated, respected. Dwarf Warriors, Miners, Thunderers, and Quarrelers. Bit of mixture of units. Also, the game does seem really optimized. There was some initial starts in the morning when the game was up because basically the servers were overloaded, and for some reason you need the game. So it could easily take up to 5 minutes to sort of get, the game running. But otherwise, it's actually running really smooth. I was actually rendering a video earlier today, and, well, I could play the game with largely no issues. Anyways, we got here the Longbeards. As you might be noticing, they've got long beards. Also big axes. In fact, the Dwarves all have axes, meaning they're good at sort of dealing with armor units. We've got the Quarrelers, also beards, Thunderers, guns, and beards, Slayers, beards, Mohawks. And we got Dwarf Warriors here, and we got Ungrim Iron Fist. Also, we got the Miners here. They're sort of more skirmisher units. They can also break down gates really well. Interesting enough, they didn't add the Dwarf Rangers, which is sort of like ranged melee unit sort of thing. That sort of works a bit like the Miners in that sense, I suppose, or whatever. It's alright. You got the Orcs over there. And the thing is, also, depending on what legendary leader you choose, there's basically 2 there for the Dwarves, you also get a sort of different starting force. If I'd chosen the High King, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, I would have had Grudge Thrower and Hammerer, amongst other things to begin with, and I think that's one. There's another unit, I can't quite remember it right now, but that's sort of been roughly it. So there we go. Moving ahead there. Orcs with their Goblin service there, bit there. Looking big and nasty. Gnashrak. Orc Ara boys. And of course the big ones. Oh, there we go. As you might notice, they are bigger, meaner, and more armored because they get access to the better loot because, they're the bigger ones. You might, of course, wonder yourself, are there anyone bigger in the Orc hierarchy then than the big ones? Yes, there are. They're known as Black Orcs because they're sort of darker in overall temperament and skin colour. They're also a lot more disciplined than Orcs, which are not known for discipline. Fun fact there. But they're basically the biggest, the meanest, and generally the ones who end up taking command if they are around, because they can just sort of, they are the biggest. So there you go. They have some abilities there, old Grumblers. Basically meaning they'll buff other units against them. They're also pretty tough overall and can stand their ground pretty well. Slayers are pretty good, yes, murdering stuff there. They're also fast. And again, overall just pretty solid competence. Again, they are exposed somewhat to arrows and such. There again, they don't have any armor.
For the ancestors, thunderers, it is a reckoning.
Also, Dwarven range units are pretty decent combat melee competence. Again, there's no Dwarven cavalry, by the way, but they are pretty tough in melee as well. They can stand their ground.
Yes, moving out. I am the Slayer King from Mountain and Hall. They have wronged us.
They have wronged us. I like that one, really. Very nice line. Feels very Dwarven. Shots fine there.
Warriors, I have your command. The clans unite.
Trying to focus on the big guns first. Got some of their big guns there. Sitting in my Slayer King after their fellow there. There we go, they're engaging the Longbeard, setting up to find the Shanks here. Engaging their Orc boys. With my miners. They're not going to do too well. The miners aren't such great combat troops. There you go. The big guns are getting absolutely devastated here. And we get the Thunderers to find there we go. I mean, they're just completely falling apart there. Crossbows and guns. Very potent combat. Plus, of course, the Longbeard is tearing into them. They have taken some losses there. You also got a bunch of archers firing it, but there you go. They've already broken up. Set up there. Slayers doing what they can here. Cutting through the Orc boys. And basically their leader is quickly falling here to our Slayer King. And again, I don't think he has taken up the Slayer. He's just, doing that because, dwarves are very sort of ceremonial acts. There we go. Almost got him. He's routing actually. There we go. He's dead. I mean, he's really good in combat, clearly, compared to Thorgrim, who's sort of just more the leader, who's actually being carried around by other dwarves, by the way. They're just completely falling apart here. They're being wrecked. He's charging forwards. And again, no, I mean, had this been, the other Total Wars, they've been having a lot more issues showing this level of combat. But here, it flows very fluidly. So again, I do think there's been some optimization here overall, if you look apart from the whole server issue. Yeah, the Slayers are just going through them like a hot knife through butter. In this case, a Slayer through Orcs. And the thing is, Slayers have bonus versus really big creatures because that's what they're hoping to die fighting. Preferably taking it down in the process. Still holding up there. I would figure they'd rather begin breaking up after the loss of their leader, their boss. Orcs sending their max depend on boss. There you go. They're falling apart here. We lost 111. They all lost 180. Most of the force has been broken up, and again, they're without a leader now, basically. So there you go. You now get loot basically after each battle, which can also include magic items occasionally. There you go. In fact, we got... Nope, that's just a rank. No loot then. Well, besides, money. And we can basically either, hand them out, but, they're orcs. I'm a dwarf. I don't, ransom. I just kill them. Anything else would be a disgrace to the ancestors. Also, as the dwarves, you have grudges. There's sort of like mini objectives which the game just hand out as you suffer losses. Take back towns, destroy armies, you'll usually get gold and something else because the dwarves are very much about grudges. They carry a grudge like no one else. And the last thing you want to tick off is a dwarf because they won't forget. So in that sense, what probably makes sense for him is actually sort of put him up against this. He's basically got three lines here. You got sort of the campaign one that can sort of benefit different things, his army, and you can sort of just focus on him himself. in that sense, you know, he'd be probably pretty good if you sort of turned him into a rather solid melee combatant. I could go straight for the Pillars of Grungni, but I will instead actually throw in a few more warriors before charging in there, slightly healing up, benefiting my troops. We also have the option to build and upgrade here, in which case I shall go for a gem mine shaft, I think. Income, trade resources, and I'll upgrade this so we can access to Quarrelers, and in theory also with great weapons if we can actually get the armory up, but that's going to be some time there. Away. So there's that. We can also see a bit here there. In theory he's the faction leader, of course he's not quite there on the map. And we also got diplomacy. Got the Dwarfs here, we got Barak-Var, and we got Sufbar. There's also a new option added, by the way, which is called Joint Confederation, where they basically become a part of your faction, though you will suffer some slight penalties for a brief while, since, you know, it does cause a bit of chaos. We got the Border Princes here.
Deliver your message.
Technically, though, the Border Princes aren't, you know, like a huge faction. They were basically sort of just a series of small provinces just fighting against each other most of the time, but here they sort of make them into that, I suppose, just, you know, otherwise they'd have to do a lot there, but basically just sort of series of things here where outcasts and such go down there after being throughout the Empire. A lot of mercenary work. We got a lot of Orc clans here. We got the Empire, and we got Sufbar as well.
Greetings, Kinnaman of the Hold.
Want to be friendly with my Dwarven friends here, so I have a better chance for some confederating with them down the road. So there we go. Made some good progress there. Actually,
The Slayer in me seeks death.
there we go. So let's end the turn. Oh, also very fast turn taking, as you might notice there. I mean, in that sense again, they really work well. They're kind of like, all right, Rome 2 was bad. Let's try to avoid Rome 2, shall we? Brilliant idea. This is obviously going to be, I think, rather overpowering. So let's just quickly ultra assault that one. Save our strength. Oh no, I lost the Slayers already. Oh no. Pretty fun to have. I got this.
Your
Pillars of
Dowry have
Grungni.
been put to work fixing up the captured city.
And here, I mean, yes, there's also quest events here. I won't be going after that one soon. I tried one with the Empire. That ended up pretty bad when I went for it too soon. But basically, you know, Slayer Shrine, but that's, you know, tier 3. Armory is also tier 3, so I mean, you can't really make much use of, for example, some of the things here with great weapons and all that until that point. And even tier 2 there, for example, I could get siege workshops up to allow me to get grudge throws, which are pretty handy artillery, by the way. But rather here, I shall go for a barley field to increase growth overall and also casualty rates. Also upgrade our friend here. And we should give him a damage bonus versus grease skins just to make him even more unpleasant. You also get armor, weapons, talismans, enchanted items, and you got their followers, runes, and banners. So there's a lot there to go with. At the moment, I'll just merge these. Power up a new one, otherwise I'll just be paying for that and keep making use of anyways. Next I'll be taking Mount Squickhorn, then following up here the Silver Road province. Got the Barak-Var there. Sufbar is actually looking quite strong at the moment. They're also fighting against the Bloody Spears. Got the Red Fangs there. Got to deal with them first, I suppose. Also getting a bonus there for that, if I can deal with them. So that's, you know, not bad. We can catch him. There you go, growth, and soon we'll have that, which will allow me to get some bonus there through trading. Technology almost done. I'll be focusing on getting a bit more gold out of things. Though I can also try and upgrade my Dwarven warriors and, well, give them some small boosts. Now he's just running off there. So I'll just let him do that. Move back towards Mount Squickhorn, try to deal with that. Gem mine shaft up, research done there, so that means just a bit more gold. Actually, let's go for that one. Include related families. Going to take a bit. Oh, actually, could grow next turn. And here we can upgrade that to a gem mine, meaning more income and more trading. And basically how it also works now, instead with population surpluses, rather, to pay to unlock bits of the province, you basically then upgrade the main keep for every time you do it, or basically here, and then you sort of just unlock another part, plus you then sort of get access to higher tier stuff here. In that sense, the dwarves have the advantages. They probably have the highest tier economic buildings. Most others have like 3 or 2 tiers, but the dwarves get 4 tiers.
Onward.
Using Mount Squickhorn.
My command is attack.
Garrisons are a bit bigger, but if you've got a big army, and I also think they give some advantage there to attackers taking them on, really. Another rank.
Yes.
Got the Silver Road. Now, no governors. The state you just sort of take the entire province. You can then hand stuff like this out. In which case, I shall focus on empowering the guilds, more growth, faster growth, and we will upgrade this. And I don't really need another though, so I'll be knocking that one down, getting some money back, and instead building something else.
I am the Slayer King.
I am the Slayer King. More ancestral grudges. The more the merrier. From Peak Mount Gunbard. I could try and take that, the Rip Peaks, though I would have to go through here first. The problem is I have no idea what there's in there. Oh wait, there we do. A lot of goblins. If we get enough range units, could possibly put it off. More warriors.
Summon me if you dare.
Ah yes, that's another thing here, the underway.
Aye.
That's basically an ability that can be utilized for both dwarves and orcs, where they can basically sort of fast travel with ignoring terrain, though they can be caught while doing so. It does leave them vulnerable. If they're caught, they can basically be utterly annihilated if they don't win the battle. They have to win it. So, Mount Squickhorn. What shall we get there? Not really a lot to, so we'll be going for the Trinket Maker for a bit of extra money. A bit of extra income.
It is time. Very
Let's
well.
go for another miner.
This may work.
And there we go. Quickly gone again. Oi, boss! Standies are here. Stunties? Stunnies. I can't quite get it properly there. And I can again, stance, use underway.
Aye, but the axe of Dargo demands blood.
I can basically sort of move here and there. So for example, I can move across the mountains, for example, then hit Karak Dron in return.
I agree.
That means if they kind of keep doing that, I'm going to have to leave an army, which will cost a bit. They're still looking to ways to limit how much you can sort of quickly expand your armies, and the thing they seem to fall upon now is basically, I suppose you could call the cost of logistics. If you have more than one army, you sort of begin hitting with larger upkeep costs for your armies, basically. That's a bit naughty there. Let's upgrade that one. Just, well, it basically means they're a bit tougher, a bit more self-defended. Not just miners and a few warriors, for example. Also, capital specifically for the factions themselves to also possess larger garrisons with more unique elements.
One rag.
One option is basically to go after them, just sort this out.
Onward to death.
I ain't doing that.
So actually to do that. My apologies. Let's make that slightly cheaper. Those diplomacy looking. Oh dear, they seem to take quite some losses.
Dowie from another hold arrive.
I may have to quickly bring up something there to support them soon enough. Hopefully they won't be lost. It'd be tragic to lose other dwarves. Issues there with rebellion.
The slayer in me seeks death. Yes, my oath is intact.
And that was quickly overcome. Still no items gained. Loot and occupy.
Yes, the Slayer King.
Considering its positioning, I might just leave it as a small garrison outpost. I don't think it can sort of easily hold it at the moment. But still made some progress there.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
And final ancestral grudge there, meaning he's going to be really good at killing orcs. Really good. And the upgrade can now get something a bit bigger there. Like for example, the siege workshop. Or I could go here for a trading depot or the refectory, considering I want a bit of public order. That'd be good. And upgrade this for more cash replenishment rate and growth. So there we go, I'm already expanding the might of Karak. I'll probably have to double back then to deal with the rebellion there.
Let us begin.
Oh dear, that's a bit bad. Seems like the main orc court's gotten a hold of those chaps.
Yes.
Problem is I don't really have much else to add there. So instead of throwing that one, since that'll help them grow faster, and maybe get it up bigger there, but I'll have to double back here.
To die in battle. My vows will be satisfied with this.
Guess I'll have to go there.
Stop that.
Might be a bit of trouble there, we'll see. Alright, looks like they're ignoring me. Actually looks like there's some infighting amongst the orcs, that is good for me. Yes, there is indeed. Oh dear, a war.
Ready. Very well.
That's the
This
first.
may work.
That's rather easily dealt with.
Forwards.
There we go. Some armor. That's pretty good. And a jewel smith as well. Lovely. Slayer.
Attack.
Let's go finish them off. Attempt to.
To war.
And another skill point. Oh well.
I'm not gonna die standing here.
Bit of a boost to the treasure. In fact, I got a lot of gold there. A lot of gold.
Moving.
Merge those.
I suppose.
Find a fresh one. Can upgrade here. And here, what will we go for? Well, let's go for the siege workshop. And then go fast and we upgrade, then we'll transfer up a garrison there. And oh, rats! They're bringing up an army there. Bloody orcs.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
You also got research going on. So much happening, really. The tempo overall feels a bit faster, if you will. Feels a bit faster than previous Total War games as well. But again, that's because the turns just pass faster. So it is a faster paced game, if you will. Guess I'll go in and knock down Mount Gombat so I can sort that out. Ah, character on, it's gonna get hit. And there's just a massive orc forming in there. Now they're hitting that one. Lord of Arc Boys, Aras, lots of them. I got Quarrelers, Miners, and a few Warriors. Not entirely sure if I can win that one. Ganashrak, didn't we kill him actually? Pretty badly too. Guess there's always another Ganashrak hiding behind the first one. Not really confident we can win this, but if we don't, it's just going to take like no losses. Let's just try and fight anyways. With Sven Stoneheart. And then sort of, he'll probably take it. Hopefully they won't burn it down, otherwise that's going to be a lot of wasted effort and money. That's going to be bloody annoying. Going to have to retake that. But again, I want to take Mount Gunbud away. That'll probably put an end to the bloody spears and the threat there. Then again, lots of miners, and then we got the Quarrelers and Sven Stoneheart leading the warriors there. So I mean, there's not really much I can do there with the miners, so we'll just sort of have them here stand around. A lot of archers for them, plus some Wolf Rider archers. So that's Rock Force. I don't think there's any big uns. The problem is also a bit the leader, basically. The thing is, with lords and so on, they're really tough. I mean, basically, if you don't have a lord yourself, you're really going to need something seriously that's damaging, because or they can just, you know, soak up so much damage. I think it's a bit over the top, really. It's a bit over the top, really, how absolutely durable they are when you sort of think about it. Dwarfs, by the way, are generally also heavily armoured because they ain't got craft and all that, but there you go. Marching ahead here. Quarrelers firing, getting off some kills here, picking off some of their Ara boys. If they're going to try and shoot out the Dwarfs, they might find themselves a bit disappointed. Go, half the unit already gone here to the Quarrelers. In fact, almost wiped out already. Quickly losing morale. Going after these chaps next. I mean, just now in comparison, my dwarves are taking minimal casualties, whereas my crawlers are just going through their units, routing one after one. Okay, now the miners are getting hard focused down there a bit. Guess we'll have to get in and get up ugly. In fact, they're already falling apart there. Come on, you're supposed to be dwarves, stubborn, all that, but guess you are miners. Or militia troops, anything else. Bit of fighting there, warriors here. I'm not doing too well here, despite everything. There's just too many of them. And I don't have many sort of really tough units that can either soak up a lot of damage in comparison or deal a lot of damage quickly. I mean, if I had some artillery, I might be able to have things around, but the problem is I haven't been able to, you know, get up anything like that. I could have strengthened the garrison with that. So that's a bit unfortunate. can here, but ultimately a bit of a lost cause in the end. Yeah, this is quickly falling apart. Had I perhaps reset some of the upgrades, it might have gone a bit better there sooner, but oh well. I managed to do some damage. Got 200 of them. At Ultra Assault, I've probably gone a lot less. I might have gotten only like 10 of them. Of course, I'll be getting a fresh grudge for that. So heading back for that one. And sadly, that's just going to get overrun. Also, think you have to keep grudges in check, otherwise you begin racking up bigger issues. It's sort of kind of like war weariness, except grudges. You need to sort out grudges. I've got 2 now, so I'm sort of beginning to get into trouble here. I gotta take that one, also gotta deal with that other one. So there's another particularity about the dwarves. There you go, Carrick-Dron about to get, oh dear, 3 armies. The Greenskin War is basically what it's called outright. Yeah, it's basically, thing is, the Orcs have something called fightiness. That's basically just, you know, they're having a fight, they're having really good fun. Orcs love fighting. If they don't fight, they suffer penalties, but they gain enough fightiness, they basically attract more Orcs, in this case an AI army, that sort of works with the first one. There you go, retaken.
Yes, for Slayer King.
There you go, sorted out. Need to upgrade again. Need to build again.
Aye.
I got a lot of gold. I'm increasingly tempted, I think, to raise another army just to sort of help keep things. Problem these games is just going to cause a huge upkeep all of a sudden. Then, I mean, good lord, already there, just some gold there. Let's go for Gumrund Truai. And then again, 400 is because all of a sudden there. What's it called? Not that one, not that one. There we go, clan loyalty. All of a sudden, I'm getting more army upkeep. So now all of a sudden I'm getting 90 more army upkeep. So that's basically the way to check, keep check there, if you will. Which means things get a bit more expensive overall.
Aye, let's hear what... Greetings, Kinnaman of the Hall.
I wish I could actually get in contact with them so I can actually get some trade going. Right now I'm basically utterly isolated. Can't really make use of trade and so on there. I mean, if you can get Mount Gunbar, I can sort of connect with the Dwarfs of Sufbar. But I need another army until then to basically keep, you know, the Silver Road safe from Orcs while I send Ungrim Iron Fist up there to clear the path there, and then go straight for Mount Gunbad.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Yes. Let's High King's Tribute. Yeah. Carrick-Dron is basically lost. Grimgar Ironhide is basically the toughest orc there is. He's a black orc, by the way, and there we go, see them. You can also now see apparently how many sort of killed there as well. So now that province is back under orc control. And currently I do not have the force to deal with that, but again... Yeah. going for that one to get more public order. Now the magical question is, what will they do? I'm going to go to the Pillars of Grungni since that's more central. Then I shall raise additional troops.
I am the Slayer King. Don't you in there. The Slayer in me seeks death. Aye, but the axe of Dargo demands blood.
There you go. We'll take care of that. Then move to Mount Gunbat. Got the bonus there for some of the range units, so they're slightly cheaper to recruit. There we go. What I'm worried about. In fact, they managed to convince the Bloodspears to join them.
Moving.
No. Dear. This is bad. Didn't think he was there. This is gonna get nasty. And I have to fight. I have to fight. This could become Grimger going straight for me is pretty unpleasant. And then he's just growing rapidly right now. He's just building up the orcs, sucking up the other tribes, then just forming a massive war, and that's not good. Not for me anyway, so yeah, I'm in a spot of trouble, if you will. This is gonna get tricky. This is gonna get tricky. It's gonna come down to just causing as much damage with my ranged units, and then Ungrim just saying as much as parts he can, and somehow also getting on Grimgor. Again, they've got a sizably larger force than me. Don't tell me I actually have to attack them.
My doom approaches. Catherine will
Oh no, they're moving, there we go. Boar boys, that is basically the Orcish variant of cavalry. And Doom Divers. Suicidal goblins. Basically who fly. Oh god. This is going to be close, that's for sure. And again, I do think it's going to come down in part to Ungrim here doing as much as he can. They're just murdering the orcs he just so loves to murder. Oh, it's just shooting them to bits before they get too close. A lot of goblins though. I mean, if you're going to break them, that might also help sort of, just causing a mass panic there, breaking off the rest of the army a bit. And then we have him, Grimgor Ironhide himself. Biggest and baddest of all the orcs. I wish I could escape this and run away, but I can't because the entire army's going to get destroyed. I mean, I could probably rebuild it with some speed, it's just going to be terrible. Plus I'll lose the Longbeards, who I can't easily replace at the moment. Plus the Thunderers. Now they're beginning to fire them away. Yeah, they're basically artillery.
Strike out, strangers! Move now!
You can just hear them screaming as they go through the air. Nasty stuff there.
Dwarf warriors! Strike out! Pillars! Bump those dwarven legs!
I can't really counter the artillery because I've got none of my own, otherwise I would have begun blasting away there.
Warriors! We demand blood! Nothing can stop us! Go! Down! Down!
Go, moving ahead.
Fight!
Hopefully they'll get hacked to bits.
Your honor is at stake! War of vengeance! Miners!
Okay, we're actually getting some good shots in him. He's actually taking some damage, that's good.
Yes, Lord! Be it ready! Let the vengeance begin! Dwarf warriors!
Gonna throw him into the center. Again, the plan here being to try and take out the entire army around Grimgor.
Ruby blood! Slayer king! Better! Kill works!
Here things are bogging down a bit.
The action down fists! Thunderers!
This is not going well. This is not going well at all.
Vengeance! Axes out! Moving out! Counter charge! Yes! For the ancestor gods! Yes! Down! Dwarf warriors! The clans unite! Warriors! Right-o! Pull out! Yes!
Looking good there. I think he'd be doing more damage, but he's just not quite getting anywhere despite everything. Rather unfortunate.
For the colours and core! Warriors! Move!
And while individually they are just suck, if they get enough of them, they can still do plenty of damage to me. Also, they're breaking through elsewhere. Oh no, this is going to be a huge loss for me. I mean, the legendary leader, Lord, can get back afterwards, but it's going to take some time, and until then I'm basically without him. Not good. So yeah, this isn't going well at all. Kaput. That's just basically the entire Dwarven army gone. I hadn't figured they'd intercept me there. Usually I think you'd have to go past them, but it wasn't. Yeah, doesn't matter. So there you go. That was pretty bad. Didn't even get as many as they got me. That's really bad. So many archers. I just lost so much. So that's pretty bad. I'm now going to be at the mercy of Grimgor. Actually, let's just go there. Normally I'm not going to do that, but that's pretty bad here. And he can just steamroll me otherwise. This is going to be a really short campaign. So just gonna load one time load.
Onward.
I know it's a bit naughty and so on, but again, otherwise I have like no way of stopping Grimgor. And I need a large army to do that, as you can obviously see here, so.
Aye. Got them.
There we go.
For the
Better.
wisdom of Valea.
yeah, Mount Squeakhorn's basically going to be lost then. I'm going to have to accept that again. But it's either that or just, yeah. So basically, gather up my armies and sort of hit them with a much larger force. What? The Border Prince is at war with Barak War? That's not cool.
Dowry from another.
It's not cool.
Make your proposal. My long beards grumble, so make it quick.
Guess they're not keen on that. End of turn. Yep, Mount Squeakhorn. And then just massive army. And yeah, they lost one. In that sense, the auto thing here can rather favour the attacker quite severely, in particular with his AI, it seems. So that's another one.
What?
Ready. Yes, my oath is intact.
And there you go, that's the Greenskin War as well. That's just two massive
The
armies.
slayer in me seeks death. Yes, for Slayer King.
So this is actually kind of bad. There's a Greenskin War basically already in it. We're what? 15 turns into it. It's already just spiraling out of control. This is what you call pretty bad.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
This is what you call pretty bad. Alright, he basically is charging in ahead of everything else. Right for the town. Alright. Of course, there's penance for losing that other fight. Oh, actually, I think we're out of time here for now, but we got a bigger battle ahead of us, so we'll be stopping here. Yes, I know, my apologies. Well, it's going to take too long rendering and all that, but anyways, we'll be stopping here, so we got a nice, exciting cliffhanger. A pro battle versus Grim Ironhide that doesn't result in me with fighting with a smaller army. It'll still be pretty tough, since again, he's got a ton of archers and a lot of tough warriors. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode, had some fun, learned some things, and so on there. If you did, subscribe, share, like it, and of course comment on it. And hope to see you in another 2 days' time for another exciting episode. This looks to be a rather exciting and tense campaign compared to some of the previous Total War campaigns. I mean, really, they ratcheted up here. And again, I'm not playing on Legendary. So thank you all, and see you all. Cheers!